So we shall proceed. Lagdou Ruins number 2. The last one was the Bonewalker map, and this one does still have a lot of them, but this one is pretty much the Cyclops map. Cyclopses and Maldwin, so basically lots and lots of axes. And the sheer number of Cyclopses is definitely going to be annoying because there are a lot of hit points to eat through. So let's see if there's anything that's going to drop on this one. We've got a decent assortment of weapons here, but anything droppable? Anything? A vulnerary. Okay, that guy's got a dragon axe. That's going to be very useful later on, but I want to make sure that I get rid of him before he has a chance to switch to it. Because otherwise I won't be getting it. It looks like that's all we're getting here. So, yeah, there are more of these Gwilgies. Yeah, these Gwilgies are absurdly fast. So, good luck doubling them. As well as a huge number of Maldwins, which have pretty balanced stats all around. And just some more whites to fill out the numbers. But yeah, as you can see, lots and lots of axes, so I'm going to be bringing a lot of sword users here. Also, Ephraim is a bit overleveled, so let's kick him out. I want to be using my magic users as well, because they're going to be great against the Cyclopses. I think I can probably afford to leave out Tana. And I want to definitely bring Garrick for an extra sword user. And I might as well bring Cormac as well, because I didn't use him in the last one. I guess Erica could do okay here too, but she's not technically part of my main team. Now, since I have Cormac here, I'm going to go ahead and swap the Philly Shield over from Tana. Don't think I really need the Spear. We'll just see. Okay, we are fully maxed out on the supply convoy. So, actually, gonna go ahead and sell that just to get that out of my inventory. Don't really need that. And let's see. Let's take one of those. Remember how I said before that I might like an iron axe? I'm gonna go ahead and take one of them. I'm gonna give that axe reaver to somebody who could probably use that, like Cormag, I think. I like him having that elixir since he usually flies far away from healers, but actually, maybe I'll give that to Amelia. And B rank in swords, not A, so you can't use silver swords yet. You have silver swords. Garrick has a few swords. No, I think Garrick is fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the map then. So all these Cyclopses, I'm kind of wishing I had an assassin here because Silencer is pretty effective on them. I just want to send a sword user down there. This should be an alright setup. It feels weird not having Ephraim though. Anyway, let's go. So, Joshua has an obvious target point to stand on here. Just gonna go for the silver sword, I guess. Although there are a couple of spots Natasha could get attacked from. Just want to get that support bonus going. Right, so if I put her there, she gets attacked by 2 things. Here, maybe not, though. And Joshua still gets the support going. Gonna put Garrick up here because there are more dangerous axe users like Cyclops and stuff, but I want to be careful of that Maldwin up there because I don't want him to lose that dragon axe. Might as well send Ross here because he can do massive damage with criticals. Okay, you definitely... Yeah, you have the Philly Shield, that's good. Now, there are a lot of non-axe using enemies down here, so Cormag can probably go crazy down here on these guys. Wow, Cormac not actually one-rounding something. That's pretty amazing. It's here that I really wish that I had a lock-in attack ranges button. Because I want to make sure that my magic users are out of range of anything really dangerous. Yeah, at least one of you, yeah. Okay, no, you just have an iron bow, not a longbow. I had the feeling that at least one of you would have a longbow, but doesn't seem like it. Now Amelia, where should she go? She does have the Axe Reaver. I might keep her back for now. So let's just see what they do. Cyclops is making the armored sound when walking. Okay, good. Crits are very, very helpful here. Not doubling, though. That's not helpful. Okay, there is a Lance Reaver. But, I mean, he is Cormag, so he should be okay. But yeah, seeing those Cyclopses makes me think, shoot them in the eye! But, sadly, it does not work that way in this game. I was about to say, like, the upgrade that Hinox has got in Breath of the Wild, and then I just realized I found that Hinoxes in that game were scary at first, but once you know how to deal with them, they're actually really easy. And I also feel the same way about Lionels, which some people kind of freak out at that, but, like, okay, so, I mean, at the point where I kind of stopped playing Breath of the Wild, because I get bored of open world games pretty quickly, but, I had got almost all of the, like, the upgrades and things like that. I had a full heart meter and most of the best armor I could get. I'd done all the shrines, pretty much all of that, and, like, I could fight Silver Lionels pretty easily. They didn't really pose much of a threat to me. Their attack, well, apart from the giant club ones, the ones with the huge clubs, their attacks were a bit more annoying, but the perfect dodge timing on the swords is quite easy to get down, and once you have that, they're really not that bad. They're mostly just more of a wall of HP than anything else. I mean, I probably shouldn't talk about that game all that much because, as I may have implied earlier, I didn't really enjoy it that much, which some people might be gasping in horror, but I just don't like open world games. They just usually just don't hold my interest for very long. But anyway, it's just a personal thing. So, okay, we can finish this Cyclops off like that. Like, I will say that I admit Breath of the Wild is a fantastic game on its own merits if you like that kind of thing, but I just personally don't like that kind of thing, so it's not for me. Definitely not the Zelda for me, at least. There are a lot of other Zeldas that I prefer. It's mainly because, like, I like dungeons. When I play Zelda, I play it for the dungeons and for the puzzles, and Breath of the Wild heavily downplayed both of those. I'd rather have lots of really big dungeons, like, say, Twilight Princess was like that, than a huge number of tiny dungeons. And Breath of the Wild's actual, like, full dungeons, apart from the fire one, I found really disappointing. And the fact that they all had the exact same design to them too, that's another thing that I didn't really enjoy. Like, as compared to, say, Skyward Sword's, like, very, very, well, apart from the 2 fire dungeons in Skyward Sword, I have no idea why the second fire dungeon was just so similar to the first one, but apart from those two, like, all the dungeons in that game just had really interesting, unique designs, especially the Ancient Cistern. Like, that was great. I love the Ancient Cistern. It helps that the Ancient Cistern is one of the few water dungeons in all of Zelda that's actually not hated. And also, like, it's even more awesome if you know the classic Buddhist story that it's referencing. Yeah, I probably should. I know I'm going on tangents here, but yeah, this is the Tower/Ruins, which is basically tangent territory. But it's weird how I'm talking about Zelda a lot in these tangents. But anyway. I probably shouldn't be saying too much because it's really weird. Zelda has a bizarre fan base, I find. like, for a franchise that has almost all of its games being very, very good, like, I don't think there is, well, unless you count the CDI games, I would not say there is a bad Zelda game. Like, there is no, well, there are some Zelda games that I would find weaker than others, but I don't think there is a single Zelda game that could be ever classified as a bad game in terms of, like, actually how it's made. Like, but because a lot of them are so different, there are just so many contrasting opinions in the whole fan base, and I find it weird just how many, like, anyway, this is probably getting into territory where I risk getting ripped apart by people, by very opinionated people, but, like, just the fact that some people even consider certain Zelda games to be outright bad games, I just find really bizarre, because all of them are really, really good. And yeah, so I guess, like, basically what my point was is that I find the Zelda fan base seems to complain a surprisingly large amount, when really, in terms of, like, game franchises, they don't have a lot to really be complaining about. Anyway, though, probably shouldn't get into that kind of thing. Still 41 enemies, wow. But yeah, like, I'll just say that, like, while I personally am not a fan of Breath of the Wild, I do acknowledge that as a game, it's fantastic. It's just personally not my kind of game. Alright, so Natasha's getting pretty strong. And you're almost certainly going to waste your Dragon Axe, which is a shame. Oh, there's a lot of enemies here. And we're being very, very cautious with loot. Just trying to go back onto my earlier weird Zelda tangent there, because there's not much I can talk about at this point, but, oh, at least I got onto it via something relevant. I just remembered the Cyclopses, but anyway. Should mention that I'm very glad to see Lionel's return in a 3D Zelda game. I wanted to see that for a very, very, very long time. I also really wanted to see the magnetic gloves return in a 3D Zelda game, and technically they kind of did with the Magnesis rune. So that was pretty cool. Now I just have to see the Siege Shooter return in a 3D Zelda game. I don't know, like, how you'd be able to program the bouncing off walls aspect of it, but it would be pretty interesting to see the Siege Shooter in a 3D Zelda. Like, I mean, it is pretty much the bow, but the varied types of ammo and the different things they can do, in addition to the fact that it bounces off walls, made it kind of a cool thing. I know some people didn't like it in comparison to this. Oh, hey, we get the Dragon Axe. In comparison to just the more straightforward slingshot, but I personally like the Siege Shooter quite a lot. It appears in Oracle of Ages, by the way. Also, Joshua is poisoned. I do have a Restore Staff. And we've got a lot of Malduins incoming. You are double Ross into Oblivion, aren't you? Yes, you are. Okay, that still hits kind of hard, but I feel like... Okay, I have a plan here. Joshua goes there. Garrick also does a reasonably decent job of tanking up on that side of them. Oh, hey, those who can support, although I didn't want to do that because I wanted to get to a B with Ross. Garrick's got a double support going here, and he could potentially have a triple support going. Okay, Amelia back here with an Axe Reaver could do decently well. Considering all these axes that are incoming. Not as well as Cormac and Axe Reaver, but she'll do pretty effectively. Another Battle Axe. 2 Cyclopses down there, another Meldon. So many enemies. Yeah, these places are pretty much just enemy spam, really. You do have to keep an eye on what weapons everyone has, otherwise you might end up in very, very bad situations. Because, yeah, say that Dragon Axe had hit Cormac, that wouldn't have ended well. Another poison weapon. Kind of wish there was an area of effect status curing staff sometimes. I mean, technically speaking, the S-rank staff does that, but why waste an S-rank staff use on just curing poison when, yes, it's better to use it to just fully heal everyone. That's probably a bad idea. Like the early floors of the tower, though, there's kind of a lack of... How much evasion do you have? Only 87. And pretty much everything can attack you from there. Also... Okay, that can't quite get to Natasha. But I'd like to stay there just for the support bonuses. You guys have huge, huge movement ranges. How much evasion do you have at base? 61 avoid. 87 pillar. So you'll have 81 versus their... I mean, everyone here's gonna have a pretty low hit rate against Ewan if he goes on this pillar. 81. He should do okay here. Loot, on the other hand... I mean, Loot might also do okay, but basically everything is going to end up attacking her if she's there, and I don't know, I don't really want to risk all of them. Although, they have virtually nothing when it comes to hit rate against her. So make sure I equip a second Thunder just so that I don't end up switching to Bolting if that runs out. I forgot to heal Joshua. That was what I was planning on doing. I was planning on using Physic with Natasha. Good thing I remembered that, otherwise that could have been disastrous. He may have suffered death by awesomeness, although, depending on how unlucky I am, he may still suffer death by awesomeness, we'll see. 14 on a pillar is actually not a bad hit rate from you. Although 20 well, actually, considering how low our HP is. 20 damage is actually kind of unimpressive for a Cyclops, but against that low HP. Well, here's one benefit to having Loot get attacked by everything. They tend to die, because getting doubled by Loot usually means instant death if you're a non-magic user. This is what I love about Loot. I mean, she's not quite said level of unhittable mage who destroys everything, but she's the closest we've got at this point. Now, Cormac actually needs a little bit more experience, because he's... Actually, wait, no, he's not. He's already at level 15, and it's not like he can get that much stronger than he already is. Oh, look, I'm going to slay your horse. Wait a minute, that's not a horse. It's a giant wyvern. Kind of have to amuse myself the few ways I can here, because we're only 2 floors in, and already I'm resorting to random tangents. Axes are nothing to Cormac, because he is a complete beast. Heck, in some situations, bows are nothing to Cormac. Though I dread to think how much Excalibur would do to him. That was kind of to be expected. Now, this is a situation where I don't want a critical, and I didn't get one, which is good. Because if I did get a critical, another thing would be able to attack him. 2! Congratulations on your amazing hit rate. Legitimate congratulations on surviving with 1 HP. What was I saying about anything that gets doubled by Loot usually dies? These things have a lot of HP. Okay, that's good. because that wasn't going to kill him originally. Oh, wow, there are so many enemies, we're actually hearing a part of the enemy phase theme that you don't normally get to hear. The bit where it kind of goes into psycho strings. Still haven't seen that movie. Get the feeling it might not have aged all that well, though. Because it apparently did a lot of stuff that was revolutionary at the time, but now is pretty common. I've seen a lot of other Hitchcock films, but I haven't seen that one. That's quite a weird thing to be going on tangents about, but anyway. Something a bit more relevant is that Garrick has not been getting that much action at this point. I was expecting him to be doing a lot more. 1 HP. And nothing attacked Amelia at all that turn. Okay, what? Okay, poison spider. Got some archers down there. Yeah, let's just go down here with the Axe Reaver. I just keep thinking of random tangents to talk about. Yeah, these episodes are just the me going on tangents episodes, but, yeah, no, that's not enough. But I was just thinking about, I seriously can't believe that the Kirby anime of all things got away with referencing the shower scene in Psycho. And even the 4Kids version didn't fully censor it, they just put it in black and white, which, if anything, made it even more true to the original. It's pretty amazing. Don't want to waste Ewan's really high magical offense on something that's only needs a light tap to kill. That's exactly enough, isn't it? Yeah, that is exactly enough. Always satisfying when you do exactly enough when doubling. I thought that would hit. I wonder if Fortify is not a bad option at this point. How many uses of it do I have? I've still got like 2 or something. And loot maxes out on magic, finally. So yes, 30 magic. And magic classes are the inverse of physical ones when it comes to male and female. Oh yeah, it has 8 uses, so probably not a bad idea to use that. Depending on how much range I've got on it. At this point, it would heal everyone I have. Might as well use it now, then. Heal spam followed by explosion! But yeah, so for females, magic classes tend to have the higher attack caps, and... yeah, so it's the inverse of physical classes. Guess that kind of gives something. Except the issue is that males have better con, so yeah. Yeah, I guess personally I like Genealogy and Awakening's not con system, but weight system a bit better, where everyone gets weighed down by everything equally. Or unless, like, a weapon always weighs everyone down by a fixed amount, and this is... oh, yeah, no, it's going to be exactly not enough, which is kind of annoying. But, yeah. Even though Genealogy did a terrible job of balancing its weapons, because you had things like fire magic being literally objectively inferior to wind. Exact same might and hit across everything, but worse weight on fire. It's really stupid. Like, really, really stupid. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. The legendary fire tome is quite strong though, but it's an enemy-only thing. And it more says something about just how powerful that guy is, that he somehow managed to be good despite having a... how much HP does Joshua have? Well, I guess I'll have to find out the hard way. Why are you breaking that wall? Guess it will mean the Maldwin has to cross a very slight distance to get to us, but not really sure why you're feeling the need to do that. Yeah, the enemies here have a ton of HP. Forgot what's... Oh, right, the fire magic and genealogy. Yeah. Don't know why they thought that was a good idea. Because usually thunder is the heaviest, and fire is the middle ground between thunder and wind, but in that one they decided to make fire the heaviest for no apparent reason. And that was the first game that distinguished fire, thunder, and wind, too. Guess the only thing that fire had going for it was weapon triangle advantage against wind, but the ridiculous weight kind of cancelled that out. Unless you had the legendary fire spell, which actually was one of the few things that gave Force Eti at least somewhat of a challenge. I completely forgot what level Garrick was. Oh, he hadn't even leveled up at all since he started going to the ruins. Okay. His stats are kind of evening out to what I'd more expect from him at this point. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about those archers because Amelia doesn't have the best defense. It'll add up in a bit. I'm kind of in this weird state where I'm not really even sure where everything is on the map because there are just so many enemies that at this point I don't really care where they all are. I only care that we just get through them and that nothing dies. How many? Okay, 26, okay. Is kind of a problem. Wait a minute, I have an idea. That actually is enough, provided I hit both of them. Brave weapons, many uses. Attacking 4 times, or doubling things that are normally impossible to double. Or almost impossible to double. Don't want to break into the legendary weapon just yet. Yeah, let's just do that. And that didn't kill because I didn't get a critical. And the killer axe is gone. But I have extras. I brought a lot more. And let's just finish you off. And of course, now you crit. Okay, where can this Maldwin go? It's probably not going to matter because I can just double team him with magic users. Unless I decide to use the loop destroys everything while standing on a pillar strategy, although I'd probably rather do that with Ewan at this point because he's at least very, very slightly bulkier. And I do mean very, very slightly, but still, he is bulkier. Okay, first that thing has to die though. That's something that we can all agree on. Although if I do this, they're all going to go for Cormag unless I use the Javelin, I guess. I want at least some of them to go for Ewan. That sounds really, really stupid, but I'm pretty confident that he'll be able to survive. Not so confident about Amelia, though. I'm probably going to have her run away now. I see what you're doing. You could attack Loot when she's not on a pillar. But only one of you can. So provided that 28 times 2 is definitely enough. Yeah, that's 56, that's enough. What was I saying about needing to get more staves on her? Yeah, I need to do that. For now, though, let's see, we've still got quite a lot of enemies down here. I'm sure there are going to be reinforcements down there eventually. So a lot of Bone Walkers, a lot of Malduins, and a few more Cyclopses. Including one with both a Tomahawk and a Hand Axe for some bizarre reason. I still don't know why you're doing that. Wait a minute. From the looks of its sprite, that's just a normal Bone Walker, that's not even a white. Why is that thing even here? I have no idea. Okay, a random window just popped up on my computer. I hope that doesn't cause this video to desync. I'm still trying to pin down what causes that. 40% even on a pillar. Yeah, bows can be pretty accurate. Another one of those. Oh, right, yeah, you would go for Garrett because he can't counter. So yeah, it seems avoid counters beats prioritize maximum damage in the enemy outro. It is just a regular Bone Walker. Why is this thing here? Why does it exist? That's really, really weird. Alright, let's see. I guess I could actually have a take this thing out. Because Garrick might be better served heading further forward. So many Cyclopses in the middle, though. And two more Cyclopses down there. But I think I'm just going to have Cormac stay around this area. He might be able to do decent damage to the Cyclopses now I think about it. He does have a huge strength stat. Can I lure these Cyclopses? I can probably lure them two at a time. Not really one at a time, because the areas where they overlap kind of... So yeah, the one area where their ranges don't overlap is there in the middle of a wall. Yeah, I probably do want to have Ewan around here just to kill the Cyclopses quickly. Garrick actually does not terrible damage to them. But I'm mainly just wanting to leave them on low enough health for the mages to finish off. Definitely glad I brought a lot of mages here, otherwise these... Okay, yeah, that wouldn't have killed even if it was a critical, but that scared me for a second. I mean, the chances of it both hitting and critting would be very, very low, but still. Congratulations, random Bone Walker that shouldn't be here. You've finally broken that wall. Now I ask you, why did you do that? Okay, yeah, no more poison. That's good. Unfortunately, shine isn't quite enough, but I can go for it nonetheless. And no crit, so wasn't able to finish it off with just Natasha. But I can have Joshua go here, and that would lure a second Cyclops, which also has a Tomahawk. How much damage are you doing? 33 against Joshua's defense at 15. Yeah, no, it's not gonna... That won't be... Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna do 20. And exactly enough damage. No crit necessary. Joshua's starting to gain a bit less experience, though. Okay, that strength is not bad. I could use a little bit more speed, though. His skill is almost max, though. Okay, now, like I said, I'm going to have to finish off these two Cyclopses with my magic users. Let me just see. Yeah, they can quite easily finish them off. Unless I miss a 99 or something. And that's definitely easily finishing them off. Now to Battle Axe and Steel Axe. Yeah, I can lure them both in with... I almost called Garrick Ogma again. That is his archetype, but still. Okay, that's a bow, that's not an axe. Just wondering if I should send them in here. Let's go ahead and do that. Now let me just see just how well Cormac matches up against these Cyclopses. Nothing! Well, that's a poison axe, but still. And only 6. That's actually pretty good. You know, I was just about to say I would appreciate a few crits here, and he actually got one. That is assuming that I don't miss this 77. And I didn't. Another dead Cyclops. Which is good, because these things are a pain to fight, because they just have an enormous amount of HP and defense. But we are slowly getting through this. Just hope that there aren't going to be reinforcements. But now that I've said that, there are almost certainly going to be reinforcements spawning, like, right now. Yeah, good crit there, but that was not enough. And I don't even care if Cormac gets poisoned at this point. Oh, that's just not enough for a second round of attacks to kill it. And there's no way it could be enough unless that thing randomly... that was a very, very low chance. What the? Okay, there is obviously a reason why that guy is here, to completely troll me. The chances of 2 of those missing in a row is really, really small. Thankfully, it's on an enemy that doesn't matter. Imagine if that was on a stronger enemy. Like one that I absolutely needed to be dead that turn. But anyway, yeah, Cormac is maxed out on strength, so there's no way that, okay, that comes closer to killing him than I thought it would, but still, it's not actually killing him, and that's what matters. But yeah, like, there's no way Cormac would actually be able to do that unless that Cyclops was randomized to have 1 less defense or HP. Only 13 enemies left, though. What about these guys? Steel Axe, Iron Bow. Yeah, you're pretty much nothing. Actually, Garrett can probably finish this one off. Another crit, maybe? And no, but it's fine. I think that's max strength. And you can finish off this Cyclops. Yeah, let's just go for the better accuracy because you've seen what just happened with me. Oh, his speed is actually not that, like, I think his speed is supposed to be a lot higher than that. Ewan's speed growth is actually it's not amazing, but it's alright. is not going to be able to do it, but I want to get that killer bow out of the way. Definitely want to get that killer bow out of the way. Even though this might not get it out of the way. Actually, wait, it will. Good. And I think she's our first character to max out luck. But yeah, luck maxes out at 30 for any class. And yeah, I do mean any class. So that's the highest base evasion she can possibly have. Crit maybe? No. Well, it missed, so I do get another chance at a crit. And they both miss, so I'll get another chance at a crit. And he leveled up anyway. Okay, now his level is really inflated. His defense is not anywhere near capped, though. Which is kind of a shame. Yeah, for a Wyvern Rider, Cormac's defense is not the best. I've lost my, yeah, that's annoying. Lost the Killer Axe, I mean. And neither of those were crits, that's a shame. Which means I probably can't heal Joshua, because now I need to have Natasha finish this thing off. Yeah, that's definitely enough damage. Bishops, as always, are very amazing in the Tower and Ruins. That, I think, is max speed. And that random vulnerary drop, which I can probably throw it away, because I don't need that. I have lots of elixirs in the convoy. Actually, it's not max speed. Probably is for males, but not for Natasha. Yeah, I don't want to risk Joshua going into that range. Does anybody here need any, like, actual desperate healing? Don't think so. I really don't know what that Bone Walker is doing, or thinking. Okay, well I get a crit this time. I get one more, I get another chance, well not one more necessarily. And, yep, didn't get one, okay. But that Cyclops will die to anybody next turn, so that's fine. And, like I said, I don't know what that Bone Walker is doing or thinking. And now I get the crit! Against the thing that I was going to one-shot outright, even without a crit. Yes, the RNG loves to troll, doesn't it? We are almost done with this area, which is good. Because there are still 8 more areas to go after this. I mean, this one isn't exactly what I'd call hard, it's just there are a lot of enemies, and it's just kind of annoying fighting all of these Cyclopses. I don't think any of the later Ruins floors have this many Cyclopses, so you can be thankful for that. I mean, there are definitely Cyclopses, there just aren't this many of them. I think Ross will do okay here too. Might as well send Garrick. Well, you won't die to that. Now, I was about to say at least you haven't hit Cormac yet, but the moment... Yeah, I knew it! That's why I shouldn't have thought that. But as I said earlier, I don't care if Cormac gets poisoned at all, because it just doesn't really matter. Actually, you're both 1 to 2 range, and you being magical are a bigger threat to Cormac, so I'll get rid of you first. I was thinking that I'd get rid of the archer because the other one could potentially suicide on the enemy phase, and then I realized, wait, no, you have a rune sword, so you would both just go for ranged attacks, and yeah. be annoying like that. Looters crossing quite a large portion of the map in one go. Yeah, the maps in the GBA games do tend to be quite a bit smaller than you'd think they are. I'm mainly just trying to get loot over to the boss because I know she'll have the best chance of destroying it quickly. As we quickly destroy these enemies, or at least try to. Almost max strength, and your speed curse is back, I see. Shouldn't be expecting much, it's only a 30% growth, but still. At least it's better than the Japanese version, where it was 25%. Though, Amelia wasn't, and Ewan weren't nerfed in that version, so kind of balanced out a bit. It's kind of funny how they have purple arrows. Also kind of funny how I'm going on less tangents towards the end of this chapter as opposed to the beginning. Okay, there are only like 3 and 4 enemies, but yeah, forgot about you there. Can I... I'm just out of getting to you this turn. Yeah, I can do exactly enough with the Seal Sword, and I get a critical anyway. So there are only 2 maps in, and everyone's already like around the level 15 to 18 mark. Okay, I actually can reach you. And instantly kill you. So let's do that. No more boss. Please don't let there be reinforcements. I would appreciate a bit of speed, but defense isn't terrible. Yeah, let's just do this. And now you get a really, really low percent critical. Okay, just 1 left. And it just has a Steel Lance, and it's definitely going to suicide on the enemy phase before any reinforcements can appear, so I am pretty much done here. It went for... Actually, unless Joshua crits, it's not going to die, and if there are reinforcements, then that's bad. But Joshua did crit, so that's fine. So that is map 2 of the Lagdou Ruins done. Definitely doing these in their own separate parts. So, next floor next time.